What we do here is go back.
I really enjoy making these unscripted videos because they allow me to not write a script for once. If I just took the script out of every video production that I've made, then it would take like a week. And like I spend way too much time on the script just to make it work. And anyway, today, or at least the time that I release this video, I know that when I record this, it's not my birthday, but today that I'm releasing this video is my birthday. What better way to celebrate my birthday than to continue a series that I abandoned like 9 months ago? Didn't necessarily abandon it, just more of the fact that all the retrospective Renegade ideas that I had were on my old computer, and my old computer's gone, and I couldn't find a way to make the hard drive work, so I had to make a completely new hard drive, and everything on that old hard drive is pretty much gone. So I've had to start from scratch, which is why you might see some inconsistencies in that Lumity video. But that's the point. Today is my birthday, so I want to talk about something that I did in the past. Significantly, something that I did on my last birthday, my Spinel video, and why I hate it. Now, this is going to cover 3 things. What I talked about in the video itself, and pretty much the impact of what that video had to both me and my channel. So first off, let me just get this out of the way. That is my most viewed video. And to this day, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the fact that I started talking about the movie a little bit after it was released, and it coincided with the release and with the hype and with my birthday. It was kind of a match made in heaven, and that's how I got those 800 views or so. But it doesn't mean I'm proud of it. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with that video. The audio sucks. The video doesn't seem as synced up as I want it to. It's a problem that I still have, but anyway. Some parts are too loud, some parts are too quiet. It sounds like my voice is drowning in the music. Although a lot of things that I wish that my most viewed video would have. The reason why my audio is like that is because of the fact that I pretty much edited it too much. That's what happens when you put too much noise reduction when you're working on Audacity. That's why you don't put too much noise reduction on the audio, because it'll just end up sounding like you're recording off a fucking potato. And I also put an equalizer on it, so not only was it sounding fuzzy, it was sounding quiet. It was just not a good combo. So that's pretty much it on why I don't like it as a video part. I feel like I could have elaborated on more things. I feel like I rushed it at the end. It's usually a thing that I do whenever I'm about to finish a video. I'll start rushing it because at that point I've been working on it for so long. I just wanted to get out at that point. So I really want to work on that, and I'll get to why I won't have to worry about that in the future later in the video. The second thing I want to talk about relating to that video is how I think about Steven Universe now. I had a video that was on my old computer about basically talking about what I was going to, my final thoughts on Steven Universe future, but it never got released. I still have the script, but the video part is, like I said, pretty much gone. So I never got around to finishing that. So I haven't talked about Steven Universe pretty much ever since that Spinel video, and because of recent circumstances that I'm not going to get into. If I wasn't making this video, I probably wouldn't talk about Steven Universe ever again. But I feel like I want to maybe sort of clarify myself, because I've been in this sort of limbo with the show specifically about, do I hate Steven Universe as a whole or just its epilogue series? Because I never really recorded it, but I was talking with my friends and I started to just flat out tell them that I hated Steven Universe, and they were disagreeing with me on that, or like, why, how could you hate it? And I just brought up the very noticeable flaws in the show. So then I was just sitting, and then I was thinking, maybe I've been over hating the show a bit. I've been watching too much Lily Orchard or something, I don't fucking know. So I rewatched the main series and Future, not the movie. I felt like the movie really didn't fit into my liking of Steven Universe because I felt really lukewarm on it and still do. And I came to a realization. I don't hate Steven Universe. I hate Steven Universe Future. Pretty sure all my hatred of the show recently has been from Future, just so poorly executed and poorly planned out that I guess I just thought the whole show was like this. And admittedly, it kind of was. Like, the flaws of Future were just kind of amplified. Like, the problems of Steven Universe just got pushed to tenfold with Future. And I feel like that's the reason why I can stomach Steven Universe but not Future, because of the fact that its problems were a lot more spread out and not just bulked up into one 20 episode train wreck. And I feel like that's Future's problem. It tries to fit this multi-layered, multi-season storyline into like 20 episodes, and not even 20 30-minute episodes, 20 11-minute episodes. It's like trying to fit a tree inside of a Lego. But other than that, my channel has just been fucking saturated with Steven Universe content. From skits, to memes, to reviews, to reactions. Pretty much my whole channel has basically been a pseudo, quasi, kinda not really Steven Universe channel. Like, I have talked about other stuff, but not nearly enough to where it is more prominent than the Steven Universe stuff on my channel. And I feel like I just want to deviate away from that for the time being. Like, the show's over. I haven't been interested in Steven Universe ever since the show ended, so I don't really want to go back to it. I only make videos on things that I'm interested in, and if I'm not interested in it, I'm not gonna make videos on the topic. Now, there's a reason why I feel as if subconsciously I made that Spinel video. Like, it would be my last time I would ever reference Steven Universe. Because of the simple fact of, I want to change up my content. Radically change up my content. So I've noticed that I've lost at least 10 subscribers ever since I've made that Supersonic 1014 video where I talk about what he's done. And I'm not going to talk about that here because I talked about it in that video. And when I released that video, while I was making it, I knew that I was going to lose, and still was going to lose a good portion of my audience, because me and him basically pretty much share the same audience. I guess there are some people who have disassociated themselves with him because of what he's done, and have stayed with me because, I don't know, besides the fact that, of course, they probably do just like my content more than his, or want to help me out. They probably feel pity, and if you do, please don't. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. But I remember saying in that I'm scared video about how I don't really care if anyone watches. Like, obviously I care, you know, I care about my audience as people, but I need it to be understood that what I am doing is a full-fledged hobby. And the only reason why I'm posting it on the internet is because I want some people to share that hobby with me. If I just made it for myself, what's the point? I'm putting all of this time and work in for me. I'm making my own movies, and just for it to only be watched by me, that's just weird. I feel like this overhaul, this kind of change is needed. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not about to continue riding on what has worked in the past just so I can keep the nucleus of people that I have. I want to branch out into more things, more topics, more longer, more elaborate videos. I just don't like staying on the same thing. It gets monotonous, it gets boring, it gets tedious. It reminds me of a fucking job. Going back and seeing what works and what doesn't, and repeating that to see if you can get the same or greater result. I was getting a little bit of people who were just talking about, are you gonna make a meme video on like the Steven Universe movie and Future and all that? While that was like in the back of my mind, I wasn't really invested in doing it. Like, I have fun with the meme videos, but I just don't have fun with Steven Universe. I'm gonna start doing stuff that I have more fun with. It's not that I don't care about my audience. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that they came to me for me. So I'm gonna continue doing what I want so they can continue praising me for what I've done. If I wanted to cater to an audience, I could have just came on to the YouTube scene making Watch Mojo type videos. I could have just made the most dime a dozen video of all time, and I did. That epic fail video was basically me doing that. Even back then when I released that video, I would never think of making an epic fails channel. But me making the epic fail video is basically me trying to break through the YouTube scape. See, oh my god, I can get 10 trillion gazillion views off of it. Back then, if I had the intellect that I have now, back then I would have never done that shit. But now that I have, I've started to realize that maybe I shouldn't care about trend hopping. Like, I watch a lot of channels like Implement, Internet Historian, Frederick Nunson, Nerd Writer, Nerdstalgic, Company Man. Just that whole collective of people that don't talk about trendy things. They just do what they do and get views and admiration for doing it. They're not hopping on a trend, doing something just to get popular and stay relevant. They're doing what they want to do, and guess what? People eat it up and they love them for it. So maybe I should make what I want with as much passion as possible, with as much editing and as much resources as I need and as I want. It's not going to be over edited. It's not going to be like some fucking vlog where every time I do something you hear that fucking Instagram Inception sound effect everywhere. It's not going to be that. I know uploads haven't been consistent ever since the start of 2019. But now uploads are really not going to be consistent. I want to make the best content that I can. And making the best content that I can takes time. I can't do that on a deadline. See, here's the issue that I have with deadlines. I made the Lumity video on a deadline, and the audio on that is terrible. The quality of that video is terrible. The thumbnail is terrible. I had a deadline on a Spinel video, which was my birthday. That was terrible. I had a deadline all the way back in that Talking Head Show video, and that was terrible. At least I think all three of those videos are terrible. And every other time that I've had a deadline, it has not come out of my best work. I feel like my best work is when I'm buckled down and do the things I want to do. The meme videos, I see that as my best work. When I put a deadline on myself, the video just slides in quality because I'm trying to get it done before that threshold, and I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm going to make the best content possible, the best editing possible, and the best techniques possible. No shortcuts, no anything. So as of this video, no more deadlines. Best content possible. I might come out with a video next week, next month, next 2 months. I don't know. It will be ready when it's ready. I'm taking the ER approach. It's ready when it's ready. But I'm not about to make shit content that's to reach a deadline, to hop a trend, and to get views. I know with the channel as small as I am, consistency is key, because it's not like you can pull a Corey Kenshin with 500 subscribers and think that people are still going to watch you. I've needed a restart for a really long time, and I feel like me making these elaborate videos is definitely a place to start. I can't tell you what the next video is going to be. All I can say is that I hope you stay. Because not just for me, but for you, I'm going to make the best content that I possibly can. And I hope you can stay. Happy birthday to me. And I'll see you next time. Hold on. We ain't done yet. So, I'm gonna need y'all to just follow that Discord server. If you don't mind, link in the description. I know it's dead, but hey, we can revive it. Now you can go on with your day. Happy birthday to me. Go on with your day. Follow that Discord server and live your life. I'm out.